Why, hello everybody. I am sitting at one of my listings at 3509 Almond Lane in McKinney. We're going to be doing an open house today. Got here a little early, so I'm going to give you a full video tour, let you see what it looks like. But I wanted to touch on a couple of things before we go inside. One, the grass is looking so good. They've actually put quite a bit of work in here, getting the grass to look good, clean, especially under these trees. And we're doing that at home right now, so I know how hard that can actually be to get your grass to grow, especially when you have trees here with these 90s homes. One thing that I wanted to point out is one of your community pools. You have 3 here in Dorado Heights, but one of them is right there. So literally steps from your front door and you can be at one of the community pools. So I think this is a really great property, especially if you have kids, younger kids, maybe a little bit older. Give them something to do over the summer while the weather is hot like it is here in Texas. Being able to go to a pool and cool down, I think is such a great thing for this property for sure. Plus that tree's blooming. Looks really great right now. Anyways, let me flip you around if I can figure out how to do this. So if you are thinking about making a move to McKinney from out of state, whatever it may be, I think this is a really great home that you can call home and really make something. Either you can move in, the water heater's new, it was just replaced this year. Roof is still in good condition. HVAC was done within the last 8 years, and they keep they're on top of their things, so they maintain them well. So I think there's some really good opportunity that you can just move in and not do anything and not worry about any of those big ticket items. And then you have space, and then you're in such a good location in McKinney that this one is just, it's hard to beat. You guys have to come check this one out in person. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. So just standing outside here, as typical with your 90s homes, you've really got some really great windows outside. You could put some plants here if you wanted, but you've got some great shade trees. So you can see where they've put in the work, try to get all their grass to grow back. But then you can add flowers if you want. You can change up the front landscape a little bit, but all is in really great condition. And as you guys know, here in Texas, foundation is a huge thing. There's really not here. So I think that's a wonderful thing moving into this. And then here, just at the stop sign, is your main thoroughfare through the neighborhood of Dorado Heights. So just this way, a couple streets down, is Lake Forest. So you can get to 121 fairly quickly, or you can go north into McKinney. I think this location is such a great spot to be here in McKinney. So you can kind of get to the downtown area fairly quickly, or you can get out to the west side of McKinney as well. Freshly painted front doorstep or front door here. So it does look really nice and clean, which I love that they did that before. Let's get you on in its side. So all of the flooring, carpet was done, I believe it was 2018. So you've got really nice new LVP run throughout the entire house. So you come in here. Now this could be a formal dining. This could be a flex space. That's what they're using it for. I did AI some of the photos online to take all of this out so you can see it without, the workout equipment, but really great extra space here for kind of whatever you want to use it. And it's got a little bit of that wainscoting detail on there, which I love, the duotoned. And then some of these windows just looking out front, so you can be a nosy neighbor if you want to check on what the neighbors are doing. I just think it's a really great entrance in general. It feels nice and open, I feel some of these new construction homes, you get just like one narrow hallway, but this really opens up. These ceilings are quite tall. I want to say 12 feet. I'm horrible at estimating that, but then you've got these French doors that lead you into your office with built-ins. I grew up with a family who loved to read, so having the built-ins was a great thing. So you can make this a library. You could really just, put decorations up here, kind of whatever you want to do. And I love that you can move those shelves around. But again, another room. You could make this into a bedroom if you have the family that needs the space. But again, you got the windows overlooking the front. And so they've got big desks in here. So you think if these aren't in here, you could have a ton of room in here. And again, the flooring comes throughout. But then you can just shut yourself off from everybody, work in peace while the family runs around. Not a big deal. And then you've got this nice detailing right here, which I kind of like. Who's it? Bloomfield does a really good job at adding these back into homes, even though they're new construction. I love little details like that you can add some decor like they've done here. And then so that's one entrance into the kitchen, but we'll come over here to the primary bedroom. So they did, again, update the carpets in here. So it's really got a nice padding in there. So when you walk in, you just kind of feel the plushness. Again, you got crown molding in here. Again, you can check on what everybody's doing, but you're nice and tucked away. Like this big shade tree out here actually adds a lot of shade over this window. And so this home actually faces, and you should stop saying actually, this home faces, I want to say east and west. So I just think that even with that, with your west sun coming down, because you've got these homes across the way, you're not going to get a ton of that beating on this side of the house. But again, a really good size room here, space for, you know, if you wanted to do TV here and an armoire and then some more storage here, whatever your furniture looks like. And then bathroom, so you've got a walk-in shower here and then a tub. I love this little extra storage space right here, especially being a woman. You've got so much stuff. This would not be enough by any means, at least for me, my makeup. So my husband would love for me to just pop it on over there, get it out of the way. And then a little toilet there. So you are blocked a little bit, but then you've got a really good size walk-in closet here. And oh my gosh, they're so clean. Makes me so happy. But you've got the triple rotting up here, which I think is great. So if you need extra storage, you've already got it there. And then you can put shoes and stuff up there. You've got a little place for all of your storage here, but you could also add to this if you really wanted, right? Like, I just think there's a lot of space in here that you could do much more if you have way more stuff. I love clean. And then they updated the carpet in here too. So I think that's great. We will come back out. Let's go take a look at this kitchen. I've done some updates in here. So you've just got the tile throughout, and that's fine. Got a little nook here with extra storage there. One thing that we've been looking at in other homes is pantry size. So this is a really good size pantry. And you've got storage all the way up to the top. I just feel like people are taking pantry size down. And I think this is a great size right here. Then you've got your cooktop. So these are newer right here. I think they replaced this cooktop this year, which is great. I love these things. I need to get these for my house. And then look, got a little lazy Susan in here. So you're not losing any storage. But then you've got this nice bar, which they've got the seats overlooking. So you're overlooking your living room, so you can be open. You can have people over here and still engage in conversation and be back and forth. But it isn't still in its own little area. And I love this right here. I wouldn't use it as a desk space, kind of like I'm sure they thought you were going to use in the 90s, but just like them, put your coffee over there, put, looks like a creamy. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous of that. But use that for whatever kind of space you want over there. Little extra storage here in your island. Done. And again, this is that walkway going into the front, but it still opens up nicely. And you've got a skylight in here. I love the natural lighting that brings in. And then we've got French doors that they added in right here, right onto the back patio. So we've got a little dining here. So again, you could use that area as a formal dining if that's what you like, but otherwise you've got plenty of space here for a 6-top table, and you may be able to expand that a little bit more if you had a bigger table as well. We come in here to the living room. Got a gas fireplace. See, they just turned it off. So I think there's a lot of like how you live, because everybody lives a little bit differently. You've got these beautiful windows in here, so it keeps it nice, light, and bright. But then you've got a little partition here that separates it, makes it its own little room, which I like as well. Then you could do TV here, depending on the size of your TV. but then again, it still keeps you open. So if you had guests over, you could be in here, you could be there, and you could be in here, and you can still all hang out, talk to each other. Nobody's closed off. We've got another little detail here. Love this hallway. You've got closet here and another closet here. So there's plenty of storage. And then you've got your 2 bedrooms, which are really great size. Here you've just got like a normal size closet, but you do have a little extra space up there. And again, with these tall ceilings, it makes it feel so much bigger than it actually is. So that's the neighbor's home over there. But even over here, you've got space for whatever you need. Again, really nice neutral paint. Bathroom in here, just your standard bathroom. And then another really good size room with tall ceilings in here. But the difference on this one is you've got a walk-in closet. So maybe you don't need both bedrooms, or maybe you've got an older child and they want the space, or it's a girl, they've got more stuff. You do have a really nice size walk-in closet. And then when you come this way, so we are leaving the dining room, and you can fit a full-size washer and dryer in here, side by side. And I guess if, whatever it is, stackable is your thing, you can definitely do that here and then have all your extra space there. You can use it however you want. And then it's normal, garage is a garage is a garage. We've got a 2-car garage here, attic access. Dun, dun. Water heater over there, which is wonderful. Now let's go check out this backyard. So you are in Dorado Heights, so there is a small HOA here. But you get 3 pools. I want to say there's a park. Now, this is a doggy door. Yes, you can use it. They do not, but you can. They refreshed the siding on the house. But you've got a really nice back patio area that if you have a ton of patio furniture, you could really make something special back here and make it kind of cozy. Got a tree. But you've got really good living and just backyard space. I love it back here. And if you've got room back here, let's say you have extra cars, so you've got more that fit in there. Maybe you don't like to use your garage. You can park them in the back, keep them out of the front, keep everything nice and clean. And then we've got a nice little shed here on the side of the home. Again, if you got a dog, maybe you could put them over there. If you have guests over, got some little shade back here. I just think it's a wonderful, wonderful home. 3 bedrooms with an office, and then you've got a formal dining. And then you're in Dorado Heights, right in the thick of McKinney. I just think there's a lot to love.